Closing the performance gap, the key to building wealth. You'll never reach millionaire status unless you grasp this key principle. The key principle you must grasp if you want to reach millionaire status. Right now, this is where you stand, and this is where you aspire to be. The space between them, I call it the performance gap. The defining difference between someone who builds wealth and someone who just scrapes by is their relentless focus on closing this gap. For most people, their journey looks erratic, ups and downs, setbacks, and distractions that prevent them from ever reaching their destination. On the other hand, someone who eventually becomes a millionaire, even in their 50s, follows a more steady trajectory toward their goal. My path was different. I managed to get from point A to point B faster than most. Looking back, I believe the only reason I succeeded was that failure simply wasn't an option. I wasn't naturally gifted, academically brilliant, or armed with credentials to fall back on. After enduring a toxic work environment under a boss who bullied me, I quit the 9-to-5 grind. That day, I made a promise to myself I was going to achieve financial success as quickly as possible. I poured everything I had into closing the performance gap, and by my 20s, I had become a millionaire. If you take just one lesson from this video, let it be this. The amount of money you earn is always directly linked to the perceived value you provide. To put it plainly, the greater the problems you can solve, the more money you'll make, and the faster you'll close the performance gap. So here's your first task. Draw a Venn diagram like this. In the first circle, list out everything you enjoy doing. If I were doing this for myself, I'd include things like rating cars, flying planes, traveling, and playing golf. Don't hold back. Write down anything that comes to mind. In the next circle, write what you're naturally good at. Off the top of my head, I'd put things like having conversations, designing models, leading teams, and carpentry. Finally, in the last circle, jot down skills that people are willing to pay a premium for. This could be consulting, structural design, or complex problem solving. Most people make the mistake of focusing on just one of these areas when choosing a career. Imagine picking a job purely because you love it, only to find yourself earning minimum wage and resenting what once brought you joy. Passion alone won't pay the bills. Or you choose a job based on your natural abilities, but despite working tirelessly, you still struggle financially. Then there's the third trap, picking a job purely for the paycheck. Sounds smart, right? Until you realize you're miserable every single day. The only way to achieve both wealth and fulfillment is to land in what I call the value zone, where all three circles intersect. I discovered mine early by combining my love for model helicopters, my skill in crafting them, and my ability to turn that knowledge into a business people were willing to pay for. This led me to launch multiple model shops and even design my own brand of products that sold globally. Most people go about business backward. They search for a profitable side hustle first, then try to fit themselves into it. Instead, they should start by identifying their value zone and building a business around it. Now that you know how to find yours, it's time to pick the right vehicle to get you to your destination as efficiently as possible. Let me ask you something. Would you rather have $1 million in assets or earn $1 million a year? Think about that for a second. Ideally, you want both, right? To achieve that, you need two different vehicles, one for generating income and another for growing wealth. Your income vehicle should be active. Think of it like a motorbike. There are three primary options. The number 1A product-based business, like the one I started. The number 2A content-based business, such as YouTube. The number 3, my personal favorite, a service-based business. Now, you might be wondering why I favor service-based businesses when I also sell products and make YouTube videos. The answer? Timing. Your first side hustle should aim to generate at least $100K per year. But the vehicle that takes you to your first million, or even $10 million, won't be the same one that gets you started. When you're just beginning, resources are usually scarce. A service-based business is ideal because it requires little upfront investment. Even better if it's something you can run from a laptop in your spare time. So, refer back to your Venn diagram and brainstorm a service you can offer within your value zone. Now, on to wealth building. Your investment vehicle should be passive. Think of it like the sidecar on your motorbike. Too many people treat investing like another side hustle, chasing quick gains. But real investing isn't about getting rich overnight. It's about compounding wealth over time. The easiest way to do this is by investing in stocks through pies, portfolios made up of different stocks. Say you create a pie with 25% Tesla, 25% Meta, and 50% Google. If you invest $100, it automatically splits. $25 into Tesla, $25 into Meta, and $50 into Google. You can set up investments to be made daily, weekly, or monthly. Let's set one up together step by step. Pre-made pies are available, like this dividend-focused one or another that invests in AI companies. But while these options are helpful, always do your own research. For beginners, the safest bet is the S&P 500 Index Fund. It gives you exposure to 500 of the largest companies in the US with a single investment. Check this out. Investing just $5 a day for 25 years could turn $45,000 into over $1 million based on historical averages. Stretch that to 40 years, and you could be sitting on $17.34 million. But wait, what about market crashes? Yes, stocks fluctuate, but historically, the market always recovers. Since 1950, every dip has been followed by a rebound. Holding for 20-plus years has never resulted in a net loss. This strategy has made me millions with almost zero effort, which is why I swear by it. Now, back to the big picture. One of the biggest myths out there is that you need 7 income streams to be successful. This mindset leads people to spread themselves too thin, juggling multiple projects, burning out, and losing focus. You only have 3 limited resources: time, money, and energy. To visualize how you're spending them, try this. Make a list of everything you do. Draw a chart and divide it into sections. Use 3 different colors to mark how much money, time, and energy you allocate to each activity. Most people are shocked to see how scattered their focus is. When I started my business, I went all in. Social life, gone. Gym, neglected. Family time? Cut short? Was it balanced? No. Was it effective? Absolutely. Once I hit my financial goals, I rebalanced my life. But in the beginning, any distraction could have slowed me down. Focus is undervalued today. People jump from trend to trend, falling into shiny object syndrome. If I had done that, I'd still be stuck at square one. So, look at your chart. What can you cut to free up more resources for your goals? There's a great quote by Jim Rohn. If you really want something, you'll find a way. If not, you'll find an excuse. Success comes down to one thing. Are your challenges obstacles or excuses? Life threw plenty of obstacles at me. Dyslexia, no qualifications, a toxic workplace. But I never let them turn into excuses. If you feel stuck, ask yourself, if I could solve this problem, how would I do it? Write down every solution, then try them. Keep going until one works. Remember, if you're not willing to sacrifice for your dreams become the sacrifice. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you.